I am Johnothon Whipple. Yeah, that's right. I'm going that route. I have been looking for a group to play in a tabletop game with, and I found one. I found it on Facebook, oddly enough, in a group called Maddie's D&D Skype group. We're playing a Pathfinder game in which we go into a tomb of a forgotten king. That's all in this so far. Here's my character for you, though. His name is Johnothon Whipple. He's a barbarian, chaotic neutral. His weapon is a scythe, so he's known for. Johnothon Whipple was raised as a very unprecedented, because most around him were considered great warriors, while he never amounted to much of anything. His father, his mother, they were of the lower class of barbarians. They did what they could to survive, but in the end they didn't amount to all that much. Just regular people living their own seemingly insignificant lives. Johnothon wasn't very muscle bound. He's a slim figure. You know, he wasn't that very big. He was, I should say, he wasn't that very big, and so he went through most of his youth believing that he was undernourished, that he couldn't stand up to his surmountable destiny, the destiny that everyone told him that he had to relish, that he was born to be a dragon slayer, that he was born to be this great killer of wolves and beasts and all the like, that he was to be this savage, bloodthirsty monster, that he had to let his inner darkness take him, and so that he could ravage anyone that came along, and that he could just drink blood and eat flesh, and these very vile images. But he always had this bad compassion that always slowed him down in terms of being this great and evil and bloodthirsty warrior. So he never grew up that way. Whipple was not his original last name. Originally he had a different last name, and he took the last name Whipple as his own because that was one of his greatest friends, his greatest loves, and his greatest the person that matters to him most. But that person was destroyed, taken away at a very hard time in his life. And as he grew older, he finally figured out what it meant to be a barbarian. He finally figured out what it meant to, what everyone told him his destiny should be. He finally figured out that he could make his own destiny, that he didn't have to be a savage murderer of men and kings and lords of the like. He could be a person, any kind of person he wanted to be. He could be evil, he could be good, he could be all the way. He could do anything he wanted in this wide world. And what he wanted to be most was something that was out of his reach completely. What he wanted to be was a florist. Yeah, a person who sells flowers and stuff. He always enjoyed flowers. He always enjoyed smelling their fragrance, looking at their vibrant colors. But this type of life, this type of thinking, this type of idea is very different. And no one ever saw this dream as a realization. He never saw it as something he could actually fulfill. And in turn, he never saw this dream as something he could fulfill. So, in remedy, in loathing, in desperation for that dream, he goes about fulfilling the wishes and whims that people seem to place on him, the expectations people seem to think of him and dream of him, that he should be this grand warrior, elitist, that he should be this grand king slayer, this grand dragon champion. And so he does this. He does all these things, denying his wants and needs above all else. And in doing so, he forgot about what he wanted. He forgot about his needs. And he became distracted. And he became known for killing, just as his tribe wanted for him. He became known for it. But out of that knowledge, he became different. He became sort of unprecedented. He could be sweet when he wanted to be, cool and relaxed when he had to be, and vicious and sadistic when he absolutely deemed it necessary. When he felt that dying thirst within his belly, that heart-raising, gut-wrenching feeling, that overwhelming taste and intoxication. And when he took his first whore, he raped her. Why? Lots of people debated on why he did this. Was it because he wanted to prove a point? That he could be mean, he could be evil? That he could do these horrible, this explicit things? Or did he just enjoy it? No doubt that the king that over that dominion considered this a great outrage and had a group of young adventurers go after him. It's always been rumored as to what happened to those adventurers. Some say they were gutted and mutilated, and pieces of them were kept on him. That maybe they were just sent away, or maybe something entirely too horrible to mention happened and befell them. What is known for certain is, after their battle with him, they were never heard from again. Their families went without wanting. Their lives were shattered and destroyed. And they simply vanished. No tales, no rumors, aside from this one. Nothing. Not a whisper. And this alone makes Johnothon a very, very, very interesting player. An interesting piece in that wonderful map of life. Because he is someone who can be all over the map. He is someone who could do just about anything. There was an old man who said this to Johnothon one time. He said, "He'll skin you as soon as look at you." And he whispered to himself, "Or he'll kiss you." Because that's the sort of person Johnothon is. He's all over the place. But not without his own agenda, I might add. I think he has forgotten what he truly wanted. And to correct for that, he has taken it out on the world. Because if he couldn't have a happy life, why should anyone else? If his dreams couldn't be fulfilled, then fuck them. destroy them, make them pay, because his life is ruined. It's wasted doing something he did not care about. And yet here he is, doing the thing he doesn't care about. Forgotten all about his own hopes and dreams. Thrown to the wayside they are. All that remains, all that is blood, murder, and chaos. Goodbye.